Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Size and Yuk, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. You completed an integrated writing practice test, I think a couple of days ago or yesterday. And happy holidays to you. We are now officially in the middle of the holidays. We just finished Thanksgiving yesterday, and now all the way to New Year's Day. So I'm going to say happy holidays to you. Your score here, I just read your essay. I'm putting you at 375 out of 4, 24 points out of 30. So I think overall you have a pretty clear connection of ideas. You understand the most important points of the reading and the listening passage. You have maybe some minor issues in there that I'm going to point out during this error correction video, right? So on the right we have the reading passage, and we have the lecture script here. And on the left we have your essay. So in the introduction you say the lecture and the reading both discuss fast food restaurants and its influence on our society, while the reading states that visiting fast food restaurants leads to obesity because you're using visiting fast food restaurants, a gerund phrase, which means you want to have a singular verb here, leads to obesity, creates an unhealthy generation, and promotes gluttony. The lecture refuses this by saying that these maybe these points represent misconceptions about fast food restaurants. So overall though, I think the intro is pretty good. And let's take a look at your word length here and see how many we have. I think that you've developed this adequately. Yeah, no problem. I recommend anywhere from 250 to 350 words, so you're okay there. Okay, so let's take a look here. So your second paragraph, you're putting reading point number 1 along with listening point number 1, right? So if you say in addition in the next paragraph, and then lastly here, if you say first of all, you probably say second of all, then third of all. So I'm not going to worry about that transition where I'm going to make that correction. So the reading claims that. Now here's the key. When you're using the word that, you need to have a subject and a verb after that. And you definitely don't want a comma here, right? So the reading claims that fast food you already have fast food restaurants, so you probably don't want to say that. How about inexpensive food so inexpensive food, I'm going to just get rid of your adjective clause, provided by the fast food restaurant chains, which our children consume from day to day, provoke obesity. I think provoke is not the best word there. Provoke is usually something that a person does to someone else to maybe cause them to have some behavior such as anger. I think just cause works better here. But if you look over here, There's some other things that you're not saying. Busy schedules and harsh economic times contribute to the consumption of fast foods. More busy schedules and conditions. Maybe say something like that, and then that's good enough. So you have the reading passage claims that inexpensive food provided by the fast food restaurant chains, which our children consume from day to day, cause obesity. Many people, according to the reading passage, eat fast food more because of busy schedules and deteriorating economic conditions. However, the listening I'm going to keep it in present here, contradicts that. I'm going to say here, this word attributes is a good word to use in this case. However, the listening contradicts that and attributes the causes of obesity to an inactive lifestyle and consuming more calories than, I'm going to make this a little bit more formal, than are needed in a day. Furthermore, the lecturer states that if people are not active, sit in front of a TV and play video games, maybe use future here, they will gain weight. Now let's look at the listening passages, make sure we're getting everything that we need to get here. It does say, let's discuss the causes of obesity before we blame it on fast food chains. Okay, I think what you have here is good, so let's look at it one more time. The reading claims that inexpensive food provided by the fast food restaurant chains, which our children consume from day to day, cause obesity. Many people, according to the reading passage, eat fast food more because of busy schedules and deteriorating economic conditions. However, the listening contradicts that and attributes the causes of obesity to an inactive lifestyle and consuming more calories than are needed in a day. Furthermore, the lecturer states that if people are not active, maybe put a comma after that, so we'll separate that conditional clause which is embedded inside of the noun clause. So the lecturer states that if people are not active, sit in front of a TV and play video games, they will gain weight. Yeah, be careful of your S's. I'm noticing that. That's something that you want to take a look at, and be careful of your subject-verb agreement. Okay, now we're going to take a look at your reading point number 2 along with listening point number 2. We'll see what we have here. I think this is where you're getting into some trouble. This is what's one of the reasons why I put you in the 3 range. So you say, in addition, the reading claims that fast food makes our society unhealthy since it is suffer from diabetes and high levels of cholesterol. Now let's take a look over here in the reading passage. It says, it contributes to an unhealthy society that is plagued with high cholesterol, diabetes, and heart disease. It's a society is unhealthy because the options for fast food are limited. Although street food in countries like China and Mexico provide options with vegetables and fruit. Fast food advertisements have unfortunately helped unhealthy food become a staple of the American diet. So you didn't say enough, I think, about the reading passage here. So I don't think the comma is needed here. So since it suffers from diabetes and high levels of cholesterol, maybe according you might say so limited healthy options fosters this unhealthy So we have, according to the author, the fact that fast food chains provide limited healthy options fosters this unhealthy lifestyle for consumers. This is probably good enough, but this idea here, you don't have to say everything in the reading passage, but it does say that society is unhealthy because the options are limited. That is a pretty big idea here. And then it does give some examples of China and Mexico which provide healthier options. It even says that fast food restaurants have made unhealthy food become a main part of our diets. I don't think you have to worry about saying that. Okay, so the lecture, you want to say is agree, right? That's not going to work. Let me give you a basic rule of English grammar that you want to remember. This can help you. You have you either be plus ing form of the verb, or you have plus the past participle. So if you're using a form of the be verb, you'll probably have to have an ing main verb after that, right? Which is not what you did with yours. Okay, the lecturer agrees with the statement that fast food restaurants provide high levels of cholesterol. And let's take, there might be one more thing we want to say here. Yeah, it says that mostly fat and cholesterol driven foods, high levels of cholesterol and fat but he also says keep it consistent. You notice how this verb here is present tense? You want to keep this verb also in the present tense. So the lecturer agrees with the statement that fast food restaurants provide high levels of cholesterol and fat, but also he says that people that fast food restaurants have created healthier options like apples and fruits for kids. Even more, in California restaurants, the speaker claims, I think it's more than that, and New York maybe, so even more in California. In California, even more in California, New York restaurants, the speaker claims, customers can see, it's not just items, the key here is the calorie count of each menu item. So they can see the number of calories each item on the menu, with meals to be more informed. This is where you're having some trouble too, some language use issues. So we have even more in California, New York restaurants, the speaker claims. Customers can see the number of calories in each item on the menu. Maybe say, therefore, can know exactly they will consume before they actually buy a meal. That's probably good enough there, right? Okay, let's go. So lastly, the reading passage argues that fast food restaurants lead to gluttony among people because of the unlimited access to meals. But I don't think that's exactly what it's saying here. It's unlimited free refills of sodas and things. So the unlimited free refills on sodas and other sugary drinks. I think that's it. It says customers at fast food chains have unlimited free refills and consume much larger amounts of soda and sweetened drinks. That's a key idea here. So the reading passage argues that fast food restaurants lead. Keep everything in the present. It's good to use present tense verbs to summarize the information. The reading passage argues that fast food restaurants lead to gluttony among people because of unlimited free refills on sodas and other sugary drinks. However, the lecturer refuses this by saying that fast food chains are part of our society maybe such as Starbucks, and do not necessarily promote gluttony. maybe easy. You might say easy ways instead of simple ways, so you're not exactly using the information from the lecture. So an easy way to overcome gluttony, according to the speaker, is by not and drinking more than we need from the fast food restaurants on a day-to-day basis. We could probably say that. So what did I say here? In other words, customers, not the fast food restaurants, should limit how much they're eating and drinking at these fast food chains. And there we go. So I think my score is actually pretty accurate, right? So I'm going to stand by it. So I gave you 3.75 out of 5, 24 points out of 30 on this problem. Okay, let's take a look at it one more time. So I'm going to do a quick spell check. We'll kind of go from there. Okay, let's start with our first paragraph. The lecture and the reading both discuss fast food restaurants and its influence on our society. Because you have restaurants plural, let's make this plural, and their influence on our society. While the reading states that visiting fast food restaurants leads to obesity, creates an unhealthy generation, and promotes gluttony, the lecture refuses this by saying that these points represent misconceptions about fast food restaurants. The reading claims that inexpensive food provided by the fast food restaurant chains, which our children consume from day to day, cause obesity. Many people, according to the reading passage, eat fast food more because of busy schedules and deteriorating economic conditions. However, the listening contradicts these ideas and attributes the causes of obesity to an inactive lifestyle and consuming more calories than are needed in a day. Furthermore, the lecturer states that if people are not active, sit in front of a TV and play video games, they will gain weight. In addition, the reading claims that fast food makes our society unhealthy since it suffers from diabetes and high levels of cholesterol. According to the author, the fact that fast food chains provide limited healthy options fosters this unhealthy lifestyle for consumers. The lecturer agrees with the statement that fast food restaurants provide high levels of cholesterol and fat, but also maybe the speaker says that fast food restaurants have created healthier options like apples and fruits for kids. Even more, in California and New York restaurants, the speaker claims, customers can see the number of calories in each item on the menu. Therefore, customers in these two states can know exactly the number of calories that they will consume before they actually buy a meal. Lastly, the reading passage argues that fast food restaurants lead to gluttony among people because of unlimited free refills on sodas and other sugary drinks. However, the lecturer refuses I'm going to say these points by saying that fast food chains are part of our society, such as Starbucks, and do not necessarily promote gluttony. An easy way to overcome gluttony, according to the speaker, is by not eating and drinking more than we need from the fast food restaurants on a day-to-day basis. In other words, customers, not the fast food restaurants, should limit how much they are eating and drinking at these fast food chains. There we go. And again, so what can you do better here? My advice is, at some point, you didn't exactly include all of the necessary information so you can see the points that I added in here in order to further clarify and show the relationship between the reading and the listening passage. So you can make some slight changes in your writing with that. And overall, you had pretty good control of your language use. I made a few minor corrections, maybe with subject-verb agreement and a few things here or there. All right, and thank you for completing this integrated writing practice test. And keep up the good work. And happy holidays again to you.